The Stricklands had a plaque in the kitchen that read, "Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is choice. It's not a thing to be hoped for, but a thing to be achieved." For Robert and Betty Strickland, their destiny was choosing to be on the ground floor of what would become one of the world's largest retailers. Robert Strickland was the 7th employee of Lowe's, choosing to be a part of the legislature as the future of Wilkes County higher education would be written. A destiny of working to improve the lives of Wilkes County young people.
Hello, I'm Bob Strickland. As most of you know, or should know, Lowe's is one of the world's premier growth companies. This in itself, growth, expansion, marketing in the 70s means change. And Lowe's is changing.
He had an air about him that was just classy as could be, and his hair was a little longer than some of the others. He wore starched shirts, with cuffs and cufflinks, and he had embroidered initials on his cuffs, and I'm sitting there looking at this guy in his office, and basically his office looked like an art gallery, and I'm thinking, I have landed the best job in the world. Well, I watched him be a mentor to the world on how to create a building material company like Lowe's. He had this inspiration for these great ideas. He would listen to people under him. He would think about what they did. He didn't, he really included everybody that worked for him, and I think that's why they loved him so much. He created things like the color blue became the color of Lowe's. Well, it didn't take me long to feel like that we owned blue. The company was blue when we were growing so fast, and the facade was blue, everything was blue. So that was pretty interesting. And I met his wife, Betty, and oh my gosh, to a young employee, to see this husband and wife team, she was just a class act. She was beautiful, she was caring, she was loving, and there's a thing about her that you just really like to begin with. And she made you feel like you were part of what we called in the long run the Lowe's family.
I think they have appreciated, their time here and their growing time here in Wilkes. And, when you're in a position of responsibility and service, often you're only as good as the people with whom you work. And I think that the people that Bob and Betty worked with made a really deep impression on them. And it's that giving back attitude and that willingness to try to make the county better day by day.
And I think that community connection is what makes it neat to have a husband and wife team, because you can be an individual, but if you're married and you're working, you work long hours, you work, a wife sacrifices a lot to be in and out and gone. They seem to always be a team that showed up for everything that they needed to show up for, and the support from Betty was wonderful, and the support from the kids was great.
They had a real desire to help preserve and support the church that they had known and appreciated and enjoyed when they were living here, St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Wilkesboro. And we had a lot of discussions about the chapel especially and the grounds, and involved in trying to make things better for people here in Wilkes County, and especially for those who might need a hand up.
I think this is a family that represents the best of Wilkes. I think they have put their heart in this place. They built a great company with the help of many others. They give back to this county, and I am so happy that I have met them, know them, and that we're honoring them.
Bob Strickland loved the arts. He played the guitar, he loved sing-alongs, he loved to tell jokes. He was actually named the best dancer in his high school class. So it's no accident that he met Betty at a Boy Scout dance. The story goes, he told a buddy, "That's the girl I'm going to marry." That too was a matter of choice and destiny. And so we welcome Robert and Betty Strickland into the Wilkes County Hall of Fame.
Gosh, that's so beautiful. Thank you, everyone. My name is Cindy Strickland Graham. I am fortunate to be Betty and Bob's daughter. Just as David McNeil said, this event was so special for the family. It's very special for us too, because for me and my brother, who cannot be here tonight, we're the two kids and spent our growing up years on the Brushy Mountains, and I know they were some of the happiest family times and family memories that we have. My mother is here, Betty Strickland, and asked me just to say a few words of thanks. First, of course, to the board for selecting them for this great honor. All you have to do is see the other award winners to realize just what a wonderful award and honor and tribute this is, and so we thank you. I wanted to share, I heard a little ditty recently, how do you spell love? And the answer is T-I-M-E. And I can only imagine the amount of time and love that the board spent reading all the letters for the hundreds of nominations. My goodness. Some of the people, those are my second thanks, go to the many folks, some of whom are here tonight, who took the time to support my parents' nomination and to make phone calls and write letters. And we certainly do thank you for that gift of love and time. And finally, I suppose our greatest thanks are due to another gentleman who cannot be with us tonight. Our nominator was a gentleman named Cliff Oxford. We're so fortunate to have his wife Sharon and son Clayton here with us tonight. You've seen them already up here on stage because the idols are Sharon Oxford's parents, nominees last year. But without Cliff nominating my mom and dad for this award, none of this happiness, and it's a great, great joy to us, would have occurred. So we lost Cliff shortly before Thanksgiving, way too soon, way too shocking, and we so wish he could be with us here tonight. But I know that he and my daddy, both of whom were good friends, if not best friends, are watching together. I hope you have good front row seats, Daddy and Cliff. We love you and we thank you, and thank you again, everyone, for this wonderful tribute.